Hey everybody, it's your boy Joe Farmer 123. Coming to you with a pretty big variety of stuff in a big huge pickup deal that I did. I will mention some things that aren't here because I traded them off a while ago, but I'll go through and share kind of what I got here. The first two boxes in a plastic thing here, none of this back here. We'll get to these and some other stuff under my workbench in a few. And then at the end of this video, I may show off a project that I've been working on that I'm trying to finish up. I may not, but that may be in a next video, because I need to get that finished and taken inside. But yeah, no, I'll mention the things as I'm going between both big things that I've got. It's scattered like there, here. I've been working in my garage and stuff like that, and then I got to go through this, and what I'm keeping will go inside in this collection. What I'm getting rid of will go inside into totes of duplicate, get rid of stuff after I test it before I get rid of it. But yeah, as always, you know, I tend to start my videos out with a mental health check-in. Of course, my phone's going off. I'll have to set that here in a second. But no, mental health check. Like I said, basically, it's more. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope nobody's struggling too bad. I hope you know that no matter what is thrown at you, you're going to overcome it. I've recently had some bumps in the road that kind of rattled me a little bit, that kind of stopped me. I don't necessarily say it set me back, but it kind of like a smack in the face and opened my eyes a little more to realize that, you know, maybe I'm wasting time on the wrong people that don't truly appreciate me for me and stuff. And I've had people, you know, tell me some horrible things about me that aren't really true, and you know, that can mess with your mind quite a bit. And it can cause you to lose hope and focus on what's really matters most, you know. And for those of you that don't have a support system, you know, reach out. There's plenty of people who will be there in your corner for you. It doesn't have to be friends or family, because they ain't always the best option, but there are people like me out there that generally want to see people keep going forward, not backwards, you know. I don't want to see anyone get as bad up here as I've been the past few years, but you know, even though collecting has had its ups and downs with me, I do try to make the most of it each day, no matter what. So, you know, with that being said, without further ado, you know, just remember to smile and, you know, treat people better in this world. There's not enough kindness. There's already enough evil in this world, so we can do better. All right, so I'm gonna turn off my notifications on my phone real quick, and then I'll jump right into this and stuff. But other than that, you know, you guys are doing, I hope, really well. In that, so you know, that's always got to be a good thing. Alright, here. So to get into the first part of the stuff that I picked up is a friend of mine reached out to me last year. Maybe it was early this year. Might have been last year. I think it was like towards the end of last year. Anyways, his wife's family was going through the house, and all this was in the basement. I wish there was more than this, but there wasn't, but that's alright. So I'll get into the box that's down here, then I'll get into this box, and then I got a thing here to show off. But yeah, so a couple of things that was in here is randomly he had 3 Nintendo 64 cases, 2 green and a blue, which I like these when I have a game and a manual and stuff. Then I put them in here to try to keep the manuals looking nice. Then there was also I'm not sure what Card Shark was. I'm guessing it had something to do with cameras or something like that and stuff. I haven't really looked this up, but I mean, it's a neat little pouch with some mesh pockets. But in here was oh, this might actually be for memory cards for the 64. Okay, that actually would make sense. It is the Game Shark Pro 3.3, version 3.3, which I don't think I have this version. So this is a nice little addition in. And if I quit dropping things here, it's alright. But yeah, I forget. It just slides in one side and then it just slides out the other. But there's that. We have here, which I needed another one of these. It is a original ClecoVision power supply. Don't know if it works yet. It looks to be in great shape. Again, no ClecoVision system, which seemed odd that, you know, means what's here. Then I have not one ClecoVision controller, not 2 ClecoVision controllers with cords intact, not 3 ClecoVision controllers with the cords intact, but 4 ClecoVision controllers with the cords intact. So these will be going up for sale or trade here soon, since I really don't need them, because like I said, all my ClecoVisions have all the controllers. And then this was in the bundle deal here that I got from, I think I spent like 50 bucks or something like that on it. As is, here's an original PlayStation. From what I understand, this would be the very first one because it had these AV ports on it, from what I understood. At least I think this is, but it's missing the door for the Game Shark port, but I haven't plugged this in to test it yet. And then I ended up getting 2 Super Nintendos and one with a power supply. The one I traded off, it was yellowed. It was kind of dirty like this one. But overall, I mean, this one isn't a first gen one because it doesn't have the thing that locks the cartridges in place. Like I said, I still got to go through clean these before I bring them in the house. There was, like I said, there's 2 of them, and one, like I said, disappeared. I traded it off, and then I think there's Yoshi's Island in here, and maybe Wave Race 64. I think that was in this deal. But then there's also this Rumble Pack, which clean, no corrosion inside there, which is always a plus. I really don't need another one, but you know, this will go up for sale or trade. One of the saddest things to find in here was this Rambo 6 Rogue Spear Platinum. You look at it, it looks great, right? You know, and then you look here, apparently they had a mouse or something in the house and it ate through, oh, I'd say this much of the book. You know, so it's not a lot, but I'd almost trade this, or before I toss, see if anyone has one that's in bad shape that needs a bunch of pages. Like, it's still got a lot of usable pages potentially. I mean, I'm not really entirely sure on what's going to happen with that. I did get this very dirty and disgusting Game Boy, original Game Boy. It has, like I said, it's got the original screen thing that apparently has fallen off, which was like that when I acquired it. Not the end of the world there. It can be re-glued back on for sure. Then I ended up with, what are these ones for? Oh, these will actually go with my Texas Instrument computer. These are both the joysticks for it that plug into it. They look in great shape. They're both in one plug, which I've seen with a lot of older ones like that, but definitely worth putting with the computer. Something I will be keeping. We have some Atari 2600 paddle controllers. We have two Atari 2600 joysticks. This one's going to be obviously for parts because a mouse chewed through that. There's really no saving that really. I mean, other than the rubber and stuff like that can be salvaged. Like I said, here's the rest of that cord. It might be able to be reused. I don't know yet. And then we have one Atari power supply. Then we have another Atari power supply. It doesn't look like there's really any chew marks through it or anything like that. So, I mean, that's good. I don't know what the difference between these two power supplies. That one's got like a smaller looking label. And they're a little bit different sized power supplies. Maybe not. No, they're about the same, just a little different. Not the end of the world there. And then you have the Atari 2600 Junior system. Pretty clean, pretty good shape. No TV adapter with it, which, okay, not the end of the world there. That's not with it. We'll stick this in this box here since I needed to downsize. And then we have this one's a little dirty. Like I said, I had these in a big tote sitting on the shelf, but here's the actual wood grain Atari 2600 4 switch. Don't know if any of these work. This one's got the orange service sticker on it, which I don't know if this was serviced at some point or what the deal with it is, but there's that. We'll throw this box over here for right now. Okay, then we got this thing here, which got some goodness in it. We have this. I was excited to get my hands on. This will stay in my collection for a while. It is the Paramount Top Gun Platinum controller. I've never seen one of these. All the buttons seem to work and click. It is for the computer, of course. So it'll be interesting to see if this will even work or not. I'm kind of hoping it does. And then we have in here ZZ Top cassette tape. You know, we lost one of them guys, you know, not long ago, and that was kind of a hit to the music world. We have a I don't know if this is salvageable. I mean, it might be. It looks like it's just a promotional pamphlet for the PlayStation. You have a poster here, which would have been with like a Super Nintendo thing. I don't think there's anything on the inside yet. It's just those, and then you got Star Fox on it. Nothing, like I said, nothing super exciting there. All this will definitely need to be cleaned. It's dusty and dirty. And then the games that were in here that I had gotten with this was, we have one Commodore 64 game. It's Lazarine. And then we have an empty case for a game. I guess it's Kirby's Dream Land. It's in the wrong case. You got Kirby's Dream Land. Here you have Looney Tunes, which is in a Barbie game case. Somebody wrote on the back of them. And then that's it. It looks like for the small games, we have for the NES, Castle Quest, which I believe I needed, and a copy of the Goonies, which either way the Goonies will go up for trade. I don't necessarily need it. Let's scoot this a little forward here, because I'm going to put these right back in here as I go. And most of this is going to be all ClecoVision minus this one might be a, no, I guess they'd all be ClecoVision, maybe. I don't know. What's this one for? Okay, so these would be for the ClecoVision. So most of these are going to be ClecoVision, then there's going to be some that are Atari. So first ClecoVision game we got Cosmic Adventure. None of these have the little paper things on the back. It seems like half time you never find them with it. Then we have Frantic Freddy, pretty good shape. And then we have Jungle Hunt, which is a different style cartridge. Again, ClecoVision, different than the Atari. Pepper 2, all in pretty decent condition. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't work. Most of these sat in a basement forever. We have Looping, not sure what that is. We got Venture. We have Carnival. We have Ladybug here. Rock and Rope. And then we have Zaxxon. And then in the front here, these should be all Cleco as well. We have Frogger. We have Popeye. We got Cubert. And that. And then, let's see here. And then in this row, we have, I'll do it this way. Cleco and the Atari. This is for the Atari system. So we got Blue Label boxing and skiing, which I'll probably hang on to because I don't think I have Blue Label versions. I'm presuming they're nothing special. They're just okay, they're Activision cartridges. And then we have here, this should be the last of the ColecoVision games. We got Space Panic. Then we have Mousetrap. This one I already know I already have. Is the Smurfs. Donkey Kong Jr., which that one I have, and of course Donkey Kong, which will be extras, which I got systems that need it. Then we have Sub Rock, and the infamous Mr. Do. Stuff which I played Mr. Do, I think once or twice, if I can remember, on an actual arcade machine that my buddy had. So that was kind of neat and interesting there. Back when he had his little mini arcade in his basement. He still kind of got something down there, but outside of that, it's nothing too crazy. Most of these are going to be all extras, which will go with the systems on here after I test them, because obviously I don't need them. And then I might send this tray thing with it too, but we got Telegames Target Fun, Space Invaders, the non-picture label, and then we have, put these back in here as I go. We have Football. We have Jungle Hunt. We have Pole Position, which is actually a pretty nice label. I think this might be nicer than my label, honestly. And that, but like these still got like some wax or sticker residue on it from something. Copy of Enduro, which I do not think I have. Copy of Pac-Man, which everybody has. Free if you have an Atari, guaranteed you have that. We have Moon Patrol, which I don't believe I have. And then we have for the Atari, or no, ColecoVision Atari Soft. This might be for the ColecoVision, but it also might be, I'll figure it out, but it's a Defender. So yeah, definitely a handful of Atari here. So this is basically gonna roughly sum it up for the first part of the collection pickup here. From a longtime buddy of mine, Andy. Went to school with him since we were kids. Graduated high school with him, you know. Wasn't always the nicest person to deal with growing up, but there again, you know, he's still cool, and I've gotten lucky to, you know, still become friends with a lot of these people that, you know, when they reach out to me about this stuff, it's kind of like, it's nice because it's not every day that people actually think of you when it comes to this stuff. So it's definitely a nice little change of pace when something like this falls into my lap, or anyone's lap, you know, because somebody thinks of you and stuff, which most of this will probably go up for trade, like the Atari, the systems, the PlayStation, of course. But other than that, I'll probably be keeping like most of this stuff here. Definitely keeping ZZ Top. I still listen to cassettes every now and then. I've got a pretty decent collection, and I think I have this exact best of ZZ Top, I believe, on vinyl. I may have to double check on that one. I'm not 100% sure. But that ain't that hard to check into. Let me get a drink here. Alright, well, give me just a second here. I'm gonna put these back in a box here and move them out of the way, so that way I can do the rest of this real quick for the rest of this video. Well, I hope everybody's having a good year so far, or it's getting close to the end of the year. Everything's starting to cool down. Summer's about over with, or I should say summer is over with now. Everybody's back in school and that, so that makes a huge difference. With all this, that's done for the year. So alright, so getting into all this stuff I'm about to show that's here, then I got a big box here. It's kind of all jumbled together, but it all come from my neighbor and a friend of his and that. But yeah, it's a pretty massive variety of different game stuff and all of that. So we'll get into this and then get into this here. Okay, one of the things I did get from him was this cassette tape wall mount holder, and that it needs dusted out, but with this you can put Sega Genesis cartridges in it, and they fit in there nicely, and you can pull them out with ease. And then I ended up getting these with a couple boxes. Like, here's a manual for Strike Fleet. We have a manual for Wasteland. And then we have a manual, it's missing the game, for Skyfox. The game would have, big floppy would have sat right there. I have found one online. I have thought about, getting it just to complete this and even try it out, because it looks like a pretty fun game there. And then I ended up getting this box from him for free. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Which I do not have this system, which I found one for sale. It wasn't a special system or anything like that. And to get the game just to complete it, because I don't believe there's anything in the box. Let's double check here. Oh, this is going to be one. I gotta do this real quick. So this on the side here. Okay. I see, this got these things on it. So this might just have manuals in it, I think. manuals, and then this inserts. Yep, here's these inserts. Okay, what's this? Oh, it's just more inserts, nothing of importance. I think I need another insert like this, but I'm not sure. But yeah, he hooked me up with this one, which he thought they would be worth something, and I'm like, they can be to the right person. You just gotta know the right person that's gonna want or has what it needs for it. And I told him I don't know much about these newer boxes like I do a lot of the older ones. But it's still nice when somebody just gives you like these for free. I didn't end up buying these from them and stuff because I told them, I'm like, it's a gamble, and without having something to go right in it immediately, I told them I really probably wouldn't want it that much. And then the other box that I got here is he gave me a PS5 box, which somebody wasn't that nice with it when they ripped it, but it's the God of War Ragnarok. And I believe this has all the manuals and inserts and stuff. I don't know when I'll ever get a PS5 to complete it, but I'll gladly take that and enjoy it for now. And then some of the other stuff that I have gotten from him lately, I get right into these. I end up getting, and I haven't tested none of these, heavy brick, I call them bricks, Xbox 360. This I believe was not the last made. It was the one after all the other ones. I believe this has a hard drive in it. This has a 250 gig hard drive, which is nice. And then we have here that's trash. We have a broadband adapter for the PlayStation. It's a little beat up, but should be doable. PS3 controller, which looks to be aftermarket because there's no code on it, but I could be wrong. It definitely is missing the thumb grips on it, like the little rubbers. But not the end of the world there. And then we end up with a plug and play Atari joystick. I usually don't keep those. I got someone I'm probably going to end up giving that to, just because. We have, this one has a DVD in it. It's not the game, but this is for Mortal Kombat 2, but it has The Last Witch Hunter in it, which I'll pull that out and stick that in one of my DVD cases. And that, then I end up with an Xbox One. I don't know if this is considered an Elite or not. I just got the original one, and I believe I started to test these, some of these systems out the one day, and this one I don't think I ever tested, but I've got a couple other ones in here that I'll show off. And so down here, so we'll get right into this. So this tub right here is just full of miscellaneous stuff. Like I said, I believe this is a PS3 camera. It could be, yeah, it'd be PS3. It's actually got the little stand on it that it would sit on. I end up getting PlayStation power supply, another PlayStation power supply. They don't have to be PlayStation, it's just the exact plug. Here's a blue PlayStation Mad Catz controller. We have a different type of blue legit PlayStation controller. We got this weird controller with a PS3 adapter, which I've been meaning to look for another one of those. So this actually will come in handy for doing when I do use original controllers. But this is, I don't know what brand this one is. XFX PlayStation 2 controller. If anyone's ever used one of these controllers, it's kind of weird looking. It feels pretty nice in the hands when you're holding it. I mean, it's a little bulkier than what your average controller is, but that's alright. We have one AV cable. We end up with an original PlayStation power supply, or the PlayStation 1 Mini as I call them. And then here's an Xbox power supply and a PlayStation power supply, PlayStation AV cables. We have a blue aftermarket PlayStation controller. It's got a weird button on the bottom there. But I might just salvage this for the buttons. This is beat up there. I'm not really keepable. We have an authentic PS2 controller. This one is going to be a parts one because this thumbstick is chewed up by a dog, even though the rest of the controller seems alright. So I'd say it should work. And then we got down here yellow AV cable, another PlayStation power supply. We have a PlayStation AV cable. We got another PlayStation AV cable, another PlayStation power supply. This one is an Xbox power supply, and it's got the plastic thing on it. And then the other things that are in here is, like I said, I got these not long ago, but I'm guessing these are in like a storage unit or something. Here's an original PS2 Slim. Nothing in the tray. These flaps are of course missing for the memory card thing. And I think this might be here, the little strip. Yeah, like here's one of the memory card doors. And then of course at the bottom of this, I haven't tested these yet to see, but here's a fat PS2 with, you have a clear memory card, doesn't say how many gigs it is, and then you have this gray performance memory card with it. You can never have too many memory cards. Oopsies. That's a little messed up. So I'm skeptical on like a lot of these disk systems that I've acquired, just because I'm not sure if they work or don't work, or what the what the deal is on them. But, you know, I didn't pay a fortune. I think I paid a couple $100 to get everything that I'm going to show you from my neighbor here. And that, which, nothing too crazy and out there, I'd say. Top of this one. Bring this. Ooh, this one's going to be a little heavier. But so with this one, it has the dongle, an original Pelican. This should light up Xbox controller, which I don't have any of those. Here's another Pelican one that should light up, which is great because I've got 2 GameCube ones I've had forever. I got them back when GameCube was still relevant. Have an Xbox 360 controller here. My guess is it probably doesn't work, but I can salvage it for the buttons to fix a couple of the other ones I've gotten in parts bundles to see if they work, because I used to have friends that used to mod stuff. Here's a brick for it looks like this GameStop pre-owned 360. We have AV cables for a 360. Here's a mini Mad Catz controller. I believe this one wouldn't light up. I don't think I've seen Mad Catz have any that lit up. But we have this Xbox 360. This, I believe, has a 250 gig hard drive. Like I said, I haven't really tested any of these yet to see what works and what don't. We have a wireless Mad Catz controller. I don't know if there's a, yeah, there is a dongle here for it. So we have the wireless dongle, or whatever you want to consider that, with it. So that's good. We have another white Xbox One. I believe I was told one of these may have a broken not a hard drive, but HDMI port. Something's definitely loose in this. I definitely need to open that up to see what's wrong with that. We got some cables here before I get to the bottom of that. We have audio cable. It's a headphone jack and then the red and white cable there. We have an HDMI cable. And then a really sad excuse for a Xbox One is it looks like somebody literally put a cigar or something on it and melted that. I'd be surprised if this even worked. But if one of these don't work and this does, I'll just switch out the top case for now and just use this one as a part system, or somebody else wants to get it. We have a Cleco rechargeable 360 battery. We have a PlayStation. I'm guessing this would be a PlayStation 3 charging dock that you'd set it on. I'm not sure. Original Xbox AV cables. And we have here another Xbox One. Like I said, if most of these work, I will end up getting rid of them. Just for the simple fact that I don't need all these Xbox Ones and stuff like that. As cool as they are, you know, and I didn't pay a lot for them, which I bought them on a whim because he didn't have cables and stuff to test them, and I told him, you know, I'll give you a couple bucks a piece on this stuff just to help you out, just to get the accessories, and then even then, it's a gamble, but you know, sometimes gambles do pay off in the long run. You know, or at least we can hope that they do. And that, but we'll just start stepping these back in here real quick. But yeah, like as I'm showing this stuff up, if you guys see anything that you're curious about, you know, like, comment, subscribe if you want. I do appreciate when people do that, because you know it's kind of nice, you know, which I want to get back into doing more of these videos like I've said in the past, and I know it's irrelevant when I keep saying it like a broken record, and then yet nothing happens with it, but I'm trying, you know, we'll see. I said, eventually I'll get out of this slump I'm in and get more motivation again, you know, once I stop letting the wrong people come in, you know. We all do that, you know, and get people who don't appreciate the hobby that we have, and then it's just like that. But no, I've also been helping my buddy with his race car. He kind of totaled it out since the last video, I believe. Maybe I did that video after. Anyways, so basically in one of the races, somebody come and hit him on his driver's side really hard, you know. My buddy's here. There's a car right here that spun out, and this guy was here, but he comes over, tail hits him in the tail with his nose. You know, my buddy couldn't see him. This person obviously could. Don't know why he did it. He had room to get around the other guy because he was far enough away from tires. I don't know, but they ended up doing a checkered caution because there's too many cautions. And my buddy was coming back around, and then he hits him in his passenger side really hard. Bent the frame like this, the back of the frame, so my buddy had to get a different car. So we've been working on that. And then his brother just bought a car. So, you know, his brother's going to be a first-time racer in his 30s, you know. And we're doing what we can to help him with what little knowledge we know of the sport mods. Because my buddy switched from stock car to sport mod. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's definitely been eventful, a little stressful when it comes to that thing. But overall, I think it's a good thing. So I'll get into the stuff on the bench, and I got a couple things here, then a box right over here I'll drag over. That box has a lot of stuff in it. So we're going to get right into this. We have a original 360. It has a 20 gig hard drive on top. Both of the memory card slots are broke. Here's the one. This is still good. And so that's kind of a good thing. And that went the way it did. And then we have up here, this actually I have sitting in there. This came off my buddy's stock car window net. His slogan, peanut butter jelly time. So maybe we'll be able to put this on the new car if the window is shifted differently to where, you know, it's not like this where it's covering up part of it, you know, but we'll see. Like I said, if not, it'll just get hung up in my garage till he gets a garage, like a bigger garage, I should say, than that. So yeah, this box, this box here has some miscellaneous stuff in it, like a case for Sonic Rush, empty. It's a legit Nintendo one. A dog chewed through it. You can see Um, that's pretty much useless. We have I'm guessing that's a movie for Alvin. We have a Smash Bros case, which is empty. Ooh, this insert here is pretty toast. Wonder why they get that way. But I do have a disc for this, so that'll be going up for trade. And I ended up getting this in on the deal. It's Sega Genesis Classic Game Console. I think there's like 60 games or something on it. It's got the power supply. I think I got the AV cords there, but the crazy thing about it that came with it was this Sonic cartridge here, which I won't get rid of it, but it's got Hollywood Video engraved in it there, and then of course your Hollywood Video sticker there. So this will actually go in my rental case that I have with a system, a custom system a buddy did, where he soldered an AV cable to the motherboard, a yellow AV cable, and it fucking works great. Pardon my language. And then we have a PS3 wireless controller here. I don't know if this one needed a dongle. You actually put batteries in it, so I'm presuming with it being a Power A, you would need some sort of a dongle. This one would be a Logitech computer controller. If anybody wants to build a submarine, I got a controller for you. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. It's a terrible thing that, somebody who's piloting something with this and the submarine blew up. But we also have this weird PS3 controller. It's a Play controller. One I've never seen. It's kind of cool looking when you look at these buttons. And it's different. And then we got Mad 99 in here, which is going to be an extra one, I believe. We have Need for Speed Most Wanted, disc only. It is scratched. We also have Monopoly for the Wii. It is in there. This one should be in there. It's Gamer Unleash Him. That'll go in the movie collection. And this was kind of cool. This it is in here. Sega Smash Pack for the PC. I believe this was for Windows 95 and 98. Definitely a cool little thing. I'll show the disc here. It's got Sonic on it. Kind of cool. Nothing too outrageous with that. We have another burnt movie, Transformers. Set that there. Then we have Left 4 Dead 2, which is case and manual only. This one is demo disc case. Does it say which one it is? It's February 2007, which I actually might have the disc only for this one. So that'd be great. And then this is an empty case as well for I don't know what. Oh, that's the Avengers burnt disc. But this one's just case only, no manual, for Front Lines Fuel of War. And then we'll go over to this part of the box. We got a red box disc for Dragon Ball Xenoverse XV for the 360. And then we have PS4, NBA 2K14, which is in there. Not too excited about that. Most of these games here aren't super exciting. Like you got NCAA 08, Madden 08, Madden, so, and then Madden 09. And like with this, you got Blur, which is in there. That's a game I've never played. Training, what's this one? Training Point, Fall of Liberty. Then we have NBA 2K11, WWE 13 with CM Punk on the cover. That is not in there, but it has the receipt for it. So I might actually have this as a disc only. I'll have to double check. And then these will be mostly 360. This is a PS2 game, Madden 08. This one should be in there, yep. And it has the manual. I ain't gonna open all these just because. Then you got LA Noire, Resident Evil 5, Grand Theft Auto 5, which will be extra, Sega Superstars Tennis, and Arcade. So that came with a box system. And then we have Merchants 2. This case is a little messed up, but that's alright. So that's what's in that box there. As I said, nothing super crazy and exciting out of this little pile of stuff. And then this other box that's behind it, before I get into the big box here, is in most of this, like I said, it all's got to get gone through and cleaned and tested. We have a manual for Street Fighter IV. This manual is not savable. It has definitely gotten wet at some point. I tried to peel it apart. As you can see, yeah, it's you can just hear it just go, yeah. And I know there's some people out there who can save these, but it was already too late. My neighbor tried pulling it apart, and I did. This controller, I'm hoping it works. I believe this was a factory controller. I'm not sure if it had a gray battery tray or a black one. If anybody knows, that'd be great. I do love the gray buttons there. Definitely the A, B, X, and Y. It feels pretty good. Like all the buttons seem to be working pretty good. And then this is probably something I'm just going to give away. This PC controller, it's got that. It's missing the button here, but somebody could easily probably pop this off and just scan it and 3D print it. I don't know if anybody would use it, but I mean, it's a ST220 digital. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. It's made by Saytech or whatever. And then you got this thing here, but I mean, overall it seems to. And then you got a spring right there. So that's something different I've never seen on some of these. And And then getting into this pile of games in the back here, we have NBA 2K20 with, what's his name? Anthony Davis on the cover. We have, these are going to probably be missing games. Need for Speed Underground. This case is a little messed up there, but it is an authentic case. We have, and I think I have a couple disc onlys for this in the basement, but you got Grand Theft Auto, the normal one, the black edition. It is missing the game, but you have Medal of Honor Frontline disc only. And then we have ATV Off-Road Fury in there. I believe I set those in there because they're loose. And then you have this greatest hits version of San Andreas. As you can see, this case it's gone. It's toasted. It's one that I'll just send with. I might just take out the, I guess that's kind of messed up too, but somebody who's not looking for perfect, that just wants to be able to play the game, they ain't gonna care too much about this. I might be able to glue it and save it. And then we have here Mafia 3 for the Xbox One. I believe I just actually got this one recently. So this, if I did, this will be an extra one. And then we have Rainbow Siege Vegas 2, which is complete. We have Manhunt, which is complete. I believe I don't have that one. Call of Duty Finest Hour, complete in pretty pristine shape. We have Devil May Cry 2, which I don't believe I have this version yet. Devil May Cry, and then yeah, it's the 2-disc version, or maybe they all were 2-disc. I can't recall on that. And then these ones here, I'll pull off these three first. These should be missing like manuals yet. So we have Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of the Rose. Then you got Tom and Jerry, War of the Whiskers. And then you got Shrek 2. And for some of you that may or may not know this, but Shrek was originally supposed to be voiced by Chris Farley, and they were almost finished with it. They only had so much more to record, and then they scrapped the project because he passed away, and then that's when they cast Mike Myers. I would love to see them actually release that, like make the movie, release it with his voice and stuff, and then if they can find somebody a voice actor who sounds just like him, that can finish it, give people, his very last piece of work, I think that'd be amazing to see. But we'll get right into this. We have a copy of Black. Then we got a greatest hits copy of Crash, Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. We have NCAA 03, Ford Racing 2. Probably a handful of these are going to be extras. Rocket Power, Beach Bandits, which I've been looking for this, and I believe I have this one on the Game Boy Advance, and Pro Stroke Golf, First Devil May Cry, Namco Museum 50th Anniversary, Zone of the Enders, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts, last but not least, The Incredibles. Which, like I said, he hasn't really found me any more like video game stuff that's really piqued my interest. Like, I acquired this from him. It's missing the other hand. It just pops up, but it's a late 70s or early 80s. I can't remember when I looked up. Universal Monsters. It does work. He does make sounds, and that still a neat little piece. I thought about just giving it to a buddy of mine who's into this stuff, or even my one friend. She's big into like the horror stuff and all that. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I appreciate it to a point. So we're gonna get into this big huge box, and then get into this box right here that goes with it. Okay, sorry about that loud noise, folks. Alright, so before I jump right down into this, this actually is mine. This goes with my radio over here. I just threw it there the one day. So with this, the lady I got these from, she said that one of the systems was modded that I got, and I'm presuming it was this system that she had modded to play burnt games. There's these weird wires coming out of it. I don't know what they go to, other than I believe they went to like this. I think they all actually went to this. So I gotta try to figure out this thing and try to figure out if it can be fixed or not. I haven't tested these, as I said, but I got that one, which I believe is the modded one, because these ones here are just they just look normal. Like, here's AV cable for one of them. I ended up getting 3 of them. Oh, it's this power cable for one of these 3. I was told they all work. This one's got the sensor for a DVD remote, which we used to have a store years ago that had a bunch of just the remotes only, I believe. Or maybe it was the other way around. And then here's this one. These still got all 4 feet attached. Rubbers, they haven't been punctured through on this one. So that's a good sign that it has been tampered with, that it should work. That one's the same way, so I'm guessing that first original Xbox I showed with that weird switch was the modded one. So my question is to anybody, forgot to put these in here, that's dealt with an original modded Xbox, like that. What's that switch thing, and can it be like replaced, since it looks like the wire's pulled out of the one plug? I haven't really tried to look into it. I've got a couple tech friends that may or may not know exactly what it is, per se, but I'm just trying to be super careful with it, just because. But as we get into this here, it's a mixture of a bunch of things in here, but this is actually cool, like military style case. But this should have like a bunch of like burnt like games in it and stuff like that. stuff like you got like Dragon Ball 2, Sasuke, Half-Life 2, Burnout 3, which isn't a bad thing. And then let me zip this back up. And then we got a random Wii remote in here. Missing the back, of course, but all the buttons seem to be free. And then, of course, it's got an authentic Wii strap. I mean, I guess that's a good thing. Always need the strap. And then random beads that was in the box. So then we got, this is just a normal see-through Xbox screen controller, and it has the dongle. I was told these things worked. Like I said, I didn't pay a fortune for it because without being able to test it, like I said, then there's this one. All seem to be in good working order. I think outside of this will be parts, which I actually think I got a shell of a broken controller, which I can use to fix that one hopefully. An aftermarket Xbox Power Supply, which I have one in a shipping box that they sent me years ago for free because my buddy's Xbox was sparking and they thought that would fix it. The wires are pulled out of the back of this one, but this is an aftermarket. Or no, it might be authentic. No, it says made in China. So this one is not official Xbox licensed. Which no shocker there. Here's this controller, which this I actually needed. I actually got a shell for this corded controller and a motherboard, I believe, that's good. So I needed this cord. I just got to get a dongle because I got a box system that needs it. Definitely not a bad thing there to use it for parts, to fix a couple controllers. There's going to be a handful of controllers in here. This one's an authentic big boy OEM Xbox original controller. We have another one. All these seem to be in pretty decent shape. What's this? We have a GameCube microphone. We have one remote here for the Xbox, which goes with that sensor, which is good. I really haven't fully dug through this. Here's a Mad Catz controller. We have a normal Xbox controller. This one does have some damage here. So this might just be for parts, or maybe I can make something for that. We have this controller, seems to be in okay shape. It's another thing. All these surprisingly have their dongles, which you don't see a lot of. Another one with the dongle. And then we have this one, which is, they're all authentic. This one's a little smaller one, I believe. I'd say it's probably like more the Generation 2 one, I call it. Then you have the blue one with the matching dongle for Mad Catz. It's in great shape. I really hope this one works because, you know, I love Mad Catz controllers. I've really never had issues with them outside of a 64 controller, which I think just needs rewired. Then we have a headset manual here. And then we'll set that there. We have a wireless controller here. I don't believe there's a dongle for it. it is a Pelican controller. It'd be neat. And it's missing the battery door. No surprise there. Here we actually have two of these headset thing. Here's this headset. It's missing the headset piece, but it's still, I guess, salvageable in some way. I mean, I guess that's part of it. Huh. Or no, maybe that's for something else. That might be for one of them controllers. So we'll just set that there. Like I said, I glanced through this when I first got it. So I really don't know what's all in here. These are more burnt games. You got, what is this? Deegan Lee, Justice League Heroes, Call of Duty, Arctic Thunder. So, and I'll probably keep these if I get that modded system working, and I'll keep that because I mean it's something different. Well, here's the back piece off of one of them controllers, so that ought to be, I guess, fixable. What's this thing here on the side? We have a U-draw for the Xbox 360. Of course, I always seem to get stuff missing. The battery doors, like how do you lose them? I mean, something like that shouldn't break that easy. But there again, who knows? We have, this will probably be extra. Just wash it up a little bit. But an authentic Xbox original carrying case. Make sure there's anything in the back here. We have, what's this? These should just be cables. We have a power cable and an AV cable. Nothing else. So we'll put this back in here. This should be games, if I remember right. That's why sometimes I like doing these like this, to where I get it and then I don't always fully look through everything because I like it to be a mystery. But then it's also a gamble when I do it that way. So we'll go like this. And then, unless there's anything in here, not in there. Anything in this front pouch here? Well, what's this? Oh, we got some monster cables, like the braided cables here. That's kind of dope. I don't recall them being in here or thrown in this deal here. What's this? Oh no shit. We have a Xbox 360 remote, and I believe this went with the HD DVD player. I had to think about it for a second. So this is full of games, and there's more games down there. So I'll set this here, and we'll look through this together. We have, most of these should be complete. Catwoman, which this is cool. It's still got the thing on the side. We have Indiana Jones, which seems to be complete. Manuals seem to look alright. Another copy of Halo 1, Game of the Year edition, complete. Let's see, we'll set these here. Then we have Halo 2, complete. We have Ultimate Spider-Man, complete. Spider-Man 2 Platinum Hits, which some of these I already have, which will get traded off with like these systems when I go through them. We have here in this stack, oh, there's a booklet down there. we have, how do I want to do this? Alright, we'll set this here. We have tie 3, complete. Sorry about it, there's any shouting in the background. I've got neighbors outside doing whatever. We got Shrek 2. It is complete. Let me adjust that a little bit. Give me back my shirt. We have, what's this one? Sonic Mega Collection Plus. It is in there. That's actually one I've been wanting to try. Sonic Heroes. Complete. Then we have here, this case is, there's no save in this case. We have Turok, which luckily I should be able to put that in a different case. Professional Drag Racing 2005. No manual. Sonic Riders, complete. And then we'll go with this stack here. Let me pull this manual out. Cord manual. So this should be the manual that would have went with. This is the manual for this power supply right here. So that's a good thing. Keep that with that. And we'll go into this stack of games here. I'll just look through them real quick, see which ones got manuals. Manual. This has like stickers or something in it. Oh no, that's a mail away thing. Okay. Well, take a look at that. Complete. So we'll start from this one. This one I need to fix. Alright, so we have here, all these are going to be complete. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. We have Amped Snowboarding, Sega GT Online, Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction, Spider-Man, Dance Dance Revolution Ultimate Mix 2, on which I actually recently had to find that for my whatchamajiggy, for my PlayStation 2 box set that I had. We'll set those there. Then we have Dead or Alive Ultimate, Splinter Cell, Pandora, Tomorrow. And then this is actually a PC game, but I'll see if these are in here. Missing the manual on that one. Wow, that's a Hollywood Video rental. Well, I guess I could have looked at the back. This one's in there with an EB Games receipt. And then I would be shocked if this PC one wasn't. Pretty sure this PC one had a bunch of them, but I could be wrong. I didn't realize there was a PC game in there. Maybe they didn't either. It's hard to say. But either way, definitely a good little bundle of games here. I know this video is probably a little longer than normal, but that's alright. As we go here, as you all know from previous videos when I'm going through, I just usually instantly put this stuff back the way I had it, just so that way keep the video going without making too much of a mess. So we'll put this back in here. And then I'll start pulling out these games, stack of games here. So we'll go with this one here. So this stack of games here, this one's going to be a case and disc only for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. We have The Sims 2 complete. We have Project Gotham. Racing 2 complete. We have Midnight Club 2 complete. Superman complete, which I had a friend years ago that tried saying, I took this from him because his name was on a disc, but that's how I had purchased it from somewheres. So I lost a friend over that, even though he did stuff to me. But we got Area 51, which is definitely a good shoot 'em up game. And then we have Rally Sport 2, which this is another one I've been kind of looking for. It does not have the manual. It'd be nice if all these came with manuals, but you know, sometimes you beggars can't be choosers. Here's another Hollywood Video. This obviously will not have a manual, but I do love finding some of these rental store ones. And then we have Ghost Recon Online. That is complete. We have Max Payne, which feels complete. Yep. And then that's the warranty card. We got Mortal Kombat Armageddon and Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, which both of these should have manuals. That looks to have some sort of cheat codes wrote down or something for it, or what buttons to do certain combo moves. I'm betting because I used to do stuff like that when I'd figure certain things out. Oh, the Armageddon is missing the manual, which I believe I already have that one. Then we have Rainbow Six Lockdown. It is complete, and of course it's still got the side thing on it. We have Need for Speed Most Wanted. And then we have NFL Fever 2003. I don't remember the NFL Fever games. That's missing the manual. Need for Speed has the manual. So that's definitely a bonus right there that it is complete. And then we will just set these here. Then this next stack of games, this will be the end of it. We have, this came in a 2-pack set, so you have Grand Theft Auto Vice City, not in there, sadly. We have Star Trek Shattered Universe, which this is one I actually want to play, because I do like the Star Trek games. Again, this is probably codes, which I don't know if you guys like when you find that stuff. It's cool. We got Desert Storm, which I thought about trying to get my one cousin to play that with me. He actually served in Desert Storm, during Desert Storm. I know he was over there, but I don't know what all he's seen or didn't see. We got another Need for Speed Most Wanted. This one actually is complete. We have a Brute Force, which I actually got a rental store copy of this and a normal one, but I'll probably switch it out because you got the thing on the side there. Then you got Fusion Frenzy, which I believe I needed this one to replace because an old coworker of mine, James, I loaned some games to him and then he ended up losing them or whatever when he left his one girlfriend. And then I ended up getting my Batman game for the original Nintendo back from him, or from his brother, who sold me a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that was my game, but I still gave him something for it. Because at the end of the day, he didn't know, and I wasn't going to have him talk to his brother about it because it wasn't an expensive game. But we have the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Rings. I do remember a buddy of mine who was big into that game back when it came out. So it'll be nice to try to dive into that a little bit. We got 007, Nightfire, that is complete. We have 007 Agent Under Fire, which should be complete. Then we have Blowout. It is missing the manual. Then we have the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, which is complete. This case is a little damaged. It's missing a chunk right there. I hate to see some of these original cases when they get like that, but they're gonna most likely happen way back when. We got Medal of Honor Homefront, which feels like it was light, no manual. And then we got 4 more games here. We have Without Warning, Mick K, books, CDs, movies, and more. Whatever store that is, I'll leave it on there. That sticker because it's kind of a neat one. But you got, yeah, Without Warning. That's one I haven't heard of. We got Bloodwake, which this one is a sea battle. This one looks like it was a rental copy, maybe. And then we have Turok Evolution, which this one's missing the manual. I think the one I have is missing the manual, or maybe I got a disc one. And then we got Procast Sports Fishing Game. And this feels, of course, empty. But yeah, overall, I would say definitely not a bad score here with this stuff. Obviously, it could have been a lot worse, could have been a lot better. But overall, I think half of this will stay around here for sure. The other half will get sold, traded off, whatever. But at the end of the day, I hope nothing but the best for all you people. I hope if life is rough right now for you, that it gets better. It will get better. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't give up the good fight. No matter how bad it gets up top, find somebody to talk to. Reach out. Like I said in the beginning, don't be afraid to. You're not less of a person for asking for help. We can't keep fighting these battles by ourselves if we're not able to handle them sometimes. But, you know, we're all going on to great adventures, doing all this stuff. I got some more videos coming up to make. I'm working on the game room. I'm restoring a kiosk that I'm trying to reproduce some parts for somebody else for theirs. So that way I can help him out with something. Other than that, it's more so, I guess, the one thing I could probably have remade if I actually found someone with a 3D scanner and a big enough 3D printer to where they could remake it, that would be great. But, you know, at the end of the day, we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. But overall, I hope everyone's getting some cool stuff for their collection. I've been adding stuff in. I'm going to be downsizing parts of my collection. Like I'm getting rid of some of my computer related stuff. little things like that that just I didn't get into collecting, like the Commodore. Was it like the C64 or whatever it is? It's like the next one after the 64. I'll probably keep my 64 because I got a bunch of computer games for it already. Um, and maybe get rid of one of my TI-99s. They both work. The one's missing like two keys. I see people selling the keys on eBay every now and then. So that shouldn't be too hard to get those and get it up and going again. And then I've got like a Timex computer with like 200 plus sealed games that it's worth the money in the long game if you're going to wait out on it. But I just want to get what I got into it back out of it, and then let somebody else, either enjoy it or, you know, part it out, and keep what they want and get rid of all the duplicate copies, But that's up to them to figure out. Like I said, I've enjoyed it. I'm mainly trying to stick with my cartridge-based stuff, minus this stuff here I bought because the price was right. And then, like I said, I'm going to get rid of a good chunk of it and help find it homes and give other people fair deals just to move it. Like I could ask what it's worth. If a game's worth $20, I'll be like, give me $15 and you can have it. That's just how it is. Or if it's missing the manual, I'd normally ask 15. If it had the manual, $10 without the manual. Something like that. But I'm not a greedy individual like that for the most part. But no, like I said, I try to be fair with other people and be a good person, and I try to be open with people when it comes to different things. Don't hide stuff. Don't collect stuff and then like try to sneak stuff into your collection when you're with somebody, because it usually always ends bad when they find out that you keep stuff in without them knowing. I just don't want to see anyone lose any of their collections because they want to be shady. I've watched a couple people start to almost lose a lot more, because somebody got mad at them. But enjoy your collection. Don't overdo it. Don't feel you got to buy everything just because it's a deal price. Sometimes just say no and let another collector you hope get it. That ain't always the case, but just enjoy what you have, and as always, keep collecting, keep having fun with it, and don't give up. Live long and prosper, my friends. Live long and prosper, and I'll catch you next time on another episode of Joe Parma 123.